Hello everybody, welcome to my Shabby Craft Studio. As you know, I'm Martha, and I am always grateful that you are here to join me. Sorry for the noise outside, can't help that. Live on a golf course, you know, yard work going all the time around here. One of my friends has said that she's having some problems with putting a wall hanging together, similar to what I'm doing. So I just wanted to share what I've learned over the first two wall hangings that I made. And maybe it'll help, maybe it won't. I hope it does, but you never know. What works for me might not work for you or somebody else, right? But I just want to share, I've started a new one, as you can see. It's pink, in case you couldn't tell. So this is the first one at the top, and this is actually a piece of fabric with a flower on it. I should have taken a piece out so you could see it. Let me see if I have another one in here. I think I did. I apologize for not looking prior to starting the recording, but you know, brain activated and went into hyper mode, and here I am. Oh my goodness gracious me, why? Come on, I know I had another one of these. Anyway, all right, I can't seem to find the other flower I had. Maybe it's in this one. So what I've done here is I have, here it is, okay. So I have a little basket, and these are like the add-ins that I'm going to add on later. I have some rickrack and ribbon and Suffolk puff and whatever this is called, because it's not coming to me. I have some sari silk that I avocado dyed, t-shirt fabric, and a few tatting things that I tried, a crocheted flower. So I have that sitting off to the side to remind me it's there. And here's some more avocado dyed lace that I did, and a ruffle that I did. Now, some of this stuff is in that basket, and some of it I have in this bin here. Okay. And so these are the big pieces, and I chose my fabrics from what I had picked out from my pink packages, because a month or so ago, I went through all my fabric and organized it in by color. Now, this is what the flower looked like, but instead of it being cut out round, because I thought I might use this somewhere on there, I decided to leave it square, cut around it in a square. And basically what I did was, this one had dark pink on the inside, this one, and light pink on the outside, and then a similar design in the center, as you see, with the white spokes. So all I did was follow these with, now I didn't do one long strip here. I used variegated thread, and I did like this outer layer and the inner layer. I did the inner layer first. Next time I might do the outer layer first, so the inner layer, this part towards the inner part of the flower, looks like, I feel like the outer layer pops. I don't know, it's okay. It's okay either way. Then this fabric was loose sitting all around it, and I thought, well, what am I going to do? And I said to myself, Martha, you need to practice your colonial knots. So I turned on a YouTube video, one that was very, very clear, and it showed me the colonial knot. And there must be, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There's probably 30 to 40 on here. And I needed that because hopefully it'll stick in my brain how to do a colonial knot now. I tend to go back to the easy things and do what I know. And part of this journey that I'm on with the stitching is that I want to learn new things that I don't already know. So the colonial knot I was aware of, but I just couldn't get it through my brain how to do it. And I seem to have more and more trouble with that as I get older. Now the other thing, I sort of jumped ahead, but that's how I'm stitching. So I wanted to make sure there was something that these corners weren't going to flop down like this after a while or whatever. So how I started this was, and this went through probably, I'm sorry for the shaking. You're on my table and I'm not used to this. I'm trying to raise you up, sorry. There you go. All right, I'll try not to jiggle the table so much. I need to find something else to put my camera holder on so that when I'm on the table, it doesn't shake it so much. So again, what I did was I had strips of fabric that I wanted to put on here. I chose all the fabrics I wanted to use, and this is what they are. And even though this is a little more purplish than pink, I don't know, I like it, so it's staying. And this time, instead of 2 separate pieces of fabric, all I'm doing is I'm using 1 long strip because this fabric came in that length. And at the end, when I'm done sewing, I can just sew this on the back and that'll cover up all the stitches. Now, 2 things that came up with my friend. She said that her back fabric was a muslin. This is considered a utility fabric that I get at Joann's, and I was using it on all the spines of my ephemera folios. I'm not making those anymore, at least not at the moment, and I don't know if I'll start again. So these will, this fabric is perfect for this because yes, it's still pliable, but it's, to me, it feels like it's just the right strength in weaving to make it a sturdy fabric. Now, I've done some smaller things before where I have a piece of fabric and then I put a piece of batting or wadding, I think it's called over in the UK and maybe Australia. And that will help your fabric be a little more sturdy, and it gives a really pretty quilted effect when you stitch on it. Now it is more layers, and to go through your fabric in a in and out motion, which I typically don't do, I'm a stabber and then I come back up, so it's a little harder to do that through the quilt batting and the fabric behind. And I wouldn't, I mean, you could just sew into quilt batting. I mean, you literally could put your fabric, like these pieces, onto a piece of quilt batting and sew on that, then attach a piece of fabric behind. You could try that. Try it on a small piece. Just take a small piece like this and try sewing it and see if you like it. Experiment with what works for you. Now, the other thing I do is, now I had large pieces, like this piece of fabric was probably down to here. And I kept looking at it after I put all my pieces of fabric on, and I didn't like it. They were too big, too much of one type of fabric for me. That doesn't mean that's not right for you. It was just for me. What I've tried to do is mix up my fabrics. So like this one, I knew I would embroider the flower. This one, I will probably go around all of these leaves here and do a stitch to cover those with pink fabric. This one, I'm not sure what I'll do. I'll either do French knots all over it, or I could do some bullion attaching the dots, which might be fun. Or I could put a, where'd they go? I could put like, you know, something like this on it. This is a tatting that I tried. They aren't perfect. I never claim to be perfect, so I roll with the imperfection and embrace it. So I could do that, right? They aren't perfectly matching. They're not perfect. This one twisted when I attached it. Hey, stuff happens, right? I could put some of this lace on here and those dots would show through. That might be pretty. I could do that. I could put a Dorset button on it. I could put some rickrack on it. Maybe rickrack at the top and rickrack at the bottom. I don't know. I could put my crocheted flower right in the center and put some beads in there. Believe it or not, all those beads I showed you in the other video, I do not have any pink beads. I have to go to the basement and check to make sure I didn't take them out somewhere, but I don't think I have any pink beads. So, trip to Michael's. I'll be taking a trip to Michael's and see if they have any pink beads. But I could put that flower there. And depending on what I think I want to put there will depend on, I could put my little, what the heck is that? Oh, my brain is not working today. I could put that there, and where's the other one? I could put my little Suffolk puff that way and put some bullions coming out of there. Any one of those things would work in there. The thing is, I have to decide what I want to put there so that I know what to do as a background stitch, because I don't want a bunch of French knots on here and then try to put something over the top of it. So I don't know if that'll be the third one I sew down or not. I probably will. I have this, you know, kind of OCD thing about going in order. And then I have this, which I plan on, this is from a scarf and that I found in a thrift shop. And I don't know, I think I'm going to do some stitches up here to hold this sort of folded, roughly part in place. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. But I would not put like a Dorset button on this part and then like a bunch of buttons or something on this part. For me, my OCD kicks in too much. Just like I would not put these flowers next to that flower. But I'll probably do some colonial knots on these flowers, and that'll look really pretty. And maybe use some green in here to bring another color in. This is another piece of polka dot, but I feel like now looking at it, it's too close to that polka dot. So I'll probably take this off. And then what? Well, then I'll probably move this up. I don't know whether to transition from that to that or from that to that. This is very bright. It does not go with this more vintage looking fabric. It's just vintage looking. It's not vintage. So I might do that. And this may change the order. I mean, I might change the order of this like 10 times. I've already done it at least 4 or 5. And then I think I'll put that under there because for me that transitions all right. Not great, not bad, just all right. I think I have that. Hard to tell if that fabric's upside down or right side up. Okay. And then maybe this under there. So I'll put that there. I've not eaten yet, so you might hear tummy growling, and I apologize as always. And so I still have a space. This t-shirt fabric, if I decide to keep it, I like it next to that piece. And I'll probably keep it so that it can roll like that. I did that on the blue one, and I really like it. And then on the back here, I have marks somewhere. Hard to see, little pencil marks. And that's where this is going to fold, the back will fold up. So I know how far down I have to go. So, oopsies. So I have to go to there. Let's pull this up. So I have to go to about there. I want that facing this way. I think I want that one at the bottom. So I obviously have, that's a little too far down. I obviously have some space to fill here. Wowza, those marks are really light. Okay. Down just a teensy bit. There. I obviously have some space to fill. So I'll go back and I'll figure it out, you know. I'll figure out what has to go in here. Because I obviously didn't have it spaced right the first time. And as I go along, depending on the stitches I use, I often will end up switching out what goes where, or if it's going to even still, you know, blend in for me. Like this may not stay there. It may not blend in enough for me. I don't know. So fingers are not awake. I need another cup of tea with some caffeine in it today. All right, so now I obviously have a blank space, and I'll have to bring my, maybe I could put this here. This just caught my eye. Now this is avocado dyed ribbon. I bought it white. Now see, wouldn't that look pretty? That would look very pretty right there, I think. May not. Maybe I'll change my mind. So just trim that and get me another pin. And it's always tricky. Which direction does this go? All right, did I cut this too short? Very possible. And that would go right there. I love it. See? Now I've been doing this since Saturday. This is now Monday. So yeah, I've been working on this, trying to figure out the design and the order, etc. So this is what I do. I lay down my base layer. I do whatever stitches I want to do on it. This is how I did the green one and the blue one. And honestly, I'm pretty happy with that method. It has helped me a lot. Then I go back. It's kind of like when I was doing journal designs, you know, making journals. I would do the pages. I would do the background of the pages. And then I would do whatever layering on top of the pages, or anything that had anything to do with layering. I would do it that way. I'm trying to decide which way I want this to go. This wool irritates my skin to no end, but I'm very sensitive. I'm a very sensitive girl. So yeah, so don't let that turn you off. I love my wool mat. So that's how I do it. I lay down my base layer. It changes numerous times, all the time. It changes even as I'm working on it, it changes. Do what feels right. Like if a thought comes to you, maybe I should do this, try it. Take that piece of fabric off, put the piece of fabric on that you think might work. Do it that way. It's fine. No rules. You just got to follow your heart. The problem is people don't know how to be open to their heart, especially when they're crafting. Some people get it, some people don't. Walk away from it. If you think it's okay, walk away from it. As badly as I wanted to start on this, I put it together. I had a raging headache on Saturday. Didn't feel good. My sinuses were acting up. I don't know what hit me, but it was not pleasant. And I basically sat and couldn't even hardly think all day. I was having dizzy spells, all kinds of stupid stuff going on. So, yeah, I walked away. I put it together and I walked away. And then yesterday, I rearranged it, I think twice yesterday, and I started to do this. Love it. I love that at the top. It's like an anchor for the top of it. I'm happy with that. So you got to play. And if you don't like that, go looking for something else. Go find something else that you like. You don't have to do what everybody else does. You have to figure it out for yourself. It's okay. Trust yourself. A lot of us don't trust ourselves. So you have that. So say I do all these leaves, right? And it still looks a little naked to me. What if I want to put that there? Or I want to, this is some, it's here somewhere. Is this some sari silk that I got? What if I want to like try and make a ribbon rose of some sort like this? And I stitch that down as I'm doing it, because holding it obviously isn't working for me. What if I do that? That would look really pretty. And just put one of those there and one of those there. I don't know. I mean, I think that looks really pretty being at the end of these, you know, on this corner of this branch. I think that would look really nice too. So I don't know. I have to figure it out as I'm going. I don't pre-plan too much. I do like to have enough fabric to cover the background. That's all I can tell you. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about was I got a new book for stitching but I can't show it to you. The copyright inside the book is very clear about what you can not do. See, I still have a little edge down here, but I might put a ruffle or something down there. Who knows? So the book is Creative Stitching. It's the second edition. It's by Sue Spargo. And it is, I'll just show you real quick. It is spiral bound, but I will read to you what it says. It says on the copyright, it says, all rights reserved. No part of this book may be reproduced, stored in a retrieval system, or transmitted in any form or by any means without the prior written permission of the publisher, except in the case of brief quotations embedded in critical articles or reviews. So, that being said, the stored in retrieval system, to me that means YouTube. So, I'm not even going to show you the cover. You can find it on Amazon. It was cheaper than on any other website I found. Artistic Artifacts, I believe, carry this book. They're in Alexandria, Virginia, and they have a lot of Sue Spargo threads. But this book is excellent. If you have the money to spend on it, get it. There are sections on needles and threads that she talks about. What threads to use for what fabrics and what threads to use if you're beading and if you're working on wool. And then she has all the stitches in this book. And I am not going to show you. I want to so badly, but I'm not going to. You know, I'm a little tiny channel and I have no sponsors. I have no ads. I don't think I have ads. I'm not supposed to have ads. I haven't asked for ads. I make no money off of this channel. I'm not an Amazon affiliate. I don't have a tip jar. I have nothing. I ask for no money. I am not, you know, experienced in anything that makes me feel like I'm qualified to ask for money. So, that being said, I cannot afford to be sued. Yeah, even then I couldn't afford to be sued. And even though Sue Spargo may never see this or, you know, anything else that I do not want to take the chance. I would love to share this book with you. But that being said, I am going to go through this book and practice all the stitches. I am going to do that online. I am not going to copy what she did with her book. On the cover of it, go on Amazon and look at it. Now she has two that have similar covers. One is actually just a journal to write in, to keep notes in if you want to, you know, keep notes about your stitching and so forth. But the cover shows these felt circles on a quilted background with all these different stitches on them. I want to do something similar where I have some felt and I want to put it on a background and I'm going to practice various stitches on that. I don't know what shape the felt will take at this point. Might just be squares. So there. That being said, I hope that doesn't break anything copyright wise. So if you want to do that with me, I will be starting that probably in a week or two, maybe. It depends on life. And I will just pick stitches and I will cut my felt prior and I will just have some fun with it. So if you want to do that, it doesn't have to be felt. It can be cotton. It can be any shape you want. You just have to have a background to do it on. So I'm considering doing that, or I'm going to do one other thing that I am excited that I'm going to be brave enough to do. I'm going to raise you up just a little more. Hold on. Okay. And I have this piece of avocado dyed muslin. I think it's muslin. Yeah, it's got to be muslin. Yep. I have to rinse it. I didn't rinse it after I avocado dyed it, and I don't want it to get nasty. So I'm going to rinse this. Now this is very large. I don't know if I'll do it this large, but I'm thinking that I might just do the stitches on this background, on this muslin. I might put quilt batting behind it, but I'm going to try first to just do it on this muslin and just practice stitches on it. And Ariane Zurcher does this. She calls it improvisational stitching. I cannot afford to take her class. It is $500. It's 5 days. It's totally worth it. Totally worth it. It's 5 days. It's she does it as a Zoom class, but I cannot. As much as I want to, I don't think I could sit for 5 days on Zoom. And sorry, I had to get something off my screen. And it's something like 3 or 4 hours a day. I don't think I can sit and do that. As much as I know I would learn a ton, and I would be really excited about it, I can't do that. So that being said, I'm going to give this a shot myself. And after I rinse this and let it dry, and I'm going to start that. And I may do my stitch along kind of thing with that. So if you want to join me, just pull out some fabric. Does not have to be dyed. You can pull out linen. Joann's sells real linen, which is more expensive than the linen blend. And I did get some linen blend a few weeks ago. Use your coupons for Joann's. I hope Joann's never stops using coupons, accepting coupons like Hobby Lobby did. Okay, so this is the linen. Yes, it's textured. I'm going to whack a piece off and try to wash it and dry it. I can't remember what the instructions were. I'm going to an appointment on Wednesday, and I may go into the small Joann's that's in that town on Wednesday and see if, because that's where I bought it, and see if I can take a photo of the instructions, the care instructions. I wish when you got fabric, you got a copy of the care instructions to go with it. But this is a linen blend. It's a linen, I think it's a linen cotton blend, and it's really, really nice. It's a very nice weave. It's not real tight, and it's not bad to the touch. It's not scratchy. So, and I think I must have gotten a yard. Hold on. I'll unfold it and see what I got. Yeah, I got a yard. And it's heavy. I'll tell you what, it's heavy. I don't know how you wear clothing made out of this stuff. But it was less than the 100% linen. So you could grab a yard of linen, and you would get probably 6 or 8 nice stitching pieces out of it. I mean, this size here would be perfect. Just how it's folded. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 pieces. I mean, you could get 16 stitching pieces out of this. You could spray this with your Tattered Angel sprays. You could use acrylic paint. And I have not tried this yet. It's one thing I'm going to try. But if you buy this and mix it with your acrylic paint, the directions are on the bottle. Follow the directions. Wash your fabric, because I usually don't do anything without washing my fabric. Now, I am going to cut this up and wash it and see how it works. If it doesn't work, I won't wash the rest of it. I normally wash my fabrics. It's sort of, when fabric is woven, you have a weft and a you know, you have a weft and a warp, and the warp, you know, goes this way, and the weft is what's woven back and forth. They obviously use a slubbed yarn. That's why you have these little slubs in here. And you can water down your acrylics as much as you want. Put this in there. This will water it down too. It's very liquidy. That would water it down too. To get it to the consistency you want it, and just do like a watercolor effect on your fabric. I'm going to try that because I have all this acrylic paint that I bought when I got into the jelly plate. You could also use your jelly plate. You could use stencils, and that way you'd have something to follow as a pattern. I like the kind of abstract watercolor effect that I've seen other people using. So I might do it on there instead of on the avocado dyed. I don't know. But, and of course I bought some butterfly fabric while I was there. Because these will make really cute Suffolk puffs. But I would use this side. So anywho, butterfly. So that's what I'm going to do when I finish this. I don't know how much of this I'll actually do on camera. Don't know if you guys want to sit through that or not. If you do, let me know in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up if you like these ideas. Also in the comments, let me know if you like the idea of stitching on little felt squares and attaching them to the fabric. See, for me, I'm thinking about it, and that's going to be a lot of work because you have to attach the felt first and then do the stitches on it. I like the idea of just stitching on fabric and doing it like almost as a sampler. We're going to play. I want to try a lot of methods that Ariane has shown, and there's another stitching book that I want to get. I will link that in the description box below. I will link the Amazon link for The Creative Stitching by Sue Spargo, which I think is an excellent, totally worth it book. The book is a size that'll be easy for me to take with me if we travel, and I can play from it. But there's another book that I saw that will be my next book I purchase, and it has what I am striving to do in the book. Again, I probably can't show you. Maybe I could show you a picture, but I will link that book below as well, and you can look at it as well. But let me know in the comments what you think you might want to do, and if you think you want to join along. So let's stitch. Yeah? You guys want to stitch? So let me know if you're going to join in. If not, that's fine. I'm just doing this because I'm enjoying it. And for me, I just turned 65. I just want to enjoy my life. I just want to enjoy whatever's left. It might be only today, and it might be, I hope, 30 more years. I wouldn't mind reaching 105. I wouldn't mind reaching 95, I think. As long as I can think straight and, you know, I can do something with my hands, because that's what I love to do. So thanks for joining me, everybody. Leave me comments below, please. I love you all. Happy crafting. Thank you for being here. I'm always grateful. And leave comments below. I like comments. I try to answer them. If not, I at least give you a like. If it's nasty, I get rid of you. That's me. Welcome to my world. Take care, everybody. Have a great week. Talk to you soon. Leave comments. Give me a like and a thumbs up, please. Subscribe. Always subscribe. It's free. Take care. Bye.